a song about a brownie paper towel.
Really? What are you doing? I was trying to find some royalty-free music, y'all. So we can chit chat. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the actual question. I hope the young lady is here that asked the question yesterday because, yeah, I can't. I can't see the question. But I hope she here so she can ask the question that she asked yesterday. Okay, why y'all coming in? I'll be right back. I had to go get my lucky. I'm gonna be wearing my luckies now, y'all. Gotta put my luckies on. Who's here? I can't see who's here. Y'all let me know who here so we can get this conversation started. Because I do like to keep this under an hour. You wanna come out? Come here. Come here. You wanna say hi? Come here. Oh, jump. Oh, jump, buddy. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, Poochie. Say hi, Pooty Woody. Yeah, I got y'all a little dose of Gizmo. His bad self. Hi, Gemini Star. We waiting for everybody else to come in. I know how hard it is because YouTube doesn't give notifications. Let me put something in the community tab to let people know we live. We live. That girl is so loud. Nope, I was not. So if someone's trolling, that's on them. I have no reason to. I don't talk to anyone in that sector. So it definitely was not me. Nope, it definitely was not me. I don't talk to anybody in the quote unquote beef sector. And they should know that. They they should know I haven't talked to that man in what, 2 years? Not me. I hope they have fun trolling. He should know it's a troll. Or he should have contacted me to ask me if it was me. It's definitely not. The only person in the beef sector that I talk to is that I will go in their chat and say hey or anything like that is Rick Reed. So if you see, but I'm not argumentative. I don't argue in anybody's chat. So if it's someone arguing, it's definitely not me. Now, if it's someone saying, hey, if you see someone saying hi in like Rick Reed's chat or whatever, that's probably me because I will speak. Other than that, no, it's not me. Yeah, girl, I guess there was a troll impersonating me in someone's chat. I hope they did a good impersonation. What you looking for? You looking for something because you got that lost look on your face. Like you lost something.
I didn't know you were starting to chat now. I'll let you go.
Oh, you got something you don't tell me?
No, we're just gonna chill out.
You can stay. Oh Lord. Um. Yeah, I mean they do that. They do that kind of stuff all the time. So it's not. But I hope it was something good. I hope. Well, no, because that's just a way for people to start mess. You know what I mean? And I had noticed like about 2 or 3 weeks ago, someone had left a message and, asking me, was I trying to do something to Jay Wilson? And I'm like, why would I? I don't even talk to that man. Oh, yeah. But people do that. I mean, it's like they're bored. They don't have anything else to do. And it's just so easy to get a picture of you and um you know open an account like or start harassing people or whatever, but the person needs before they go off half cocked, they need to really figure out if it's the real person that they're dealing with or a troll. And I would really think that Jay Wilson by now should know that I'm not messing with him or anybody in the beef sector. Like they are, all of them are so below me mentally and spiritually. I just wouldn't deal with them at all. Like this is a group of people that have been arguing amongst themselves for like 3 or 4 years now. It makes absolutely no sense to me. So no, it's not me. Oh, well, I hope they have fun. Maybe they're gonna do it. It's definitely not coming from me. So if they want to do it, then good luck. But it has. Okay, I think we back. I don't know what happened. It just said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Gizmo, come out of there. Oh, his toy. You got it. Okay, go ahead. I don't know what happened, y'all. We just got like kicked off, and it's not even that windy here. And I checked the internet before I went on live, so I don't know what happened. Phoenix said, I listen to similar channels to yours, and other people can learn from a lot of cultural analysis. The one thing about, people that do videos similar to the ones that I do, I don't like people that go too deep, want to appear too deep or too intelligent or too smart. Like, I just like people that, just you just a regular person. You're not trying to be, a deity or a demigod yourself. You're not trying to elevate yourself above everybody else. Like, that kind of irritates me when people come off like they're above everybody. They have, I have more information than you. You'll never have the information. That kind of stuff irritates me. So I am very particular about who I watch. And I'm definitely not going to sit and watch a bunch of 40-year-old people. 40 and 50-year-old people, 30, 40, and 50-year-old people arguing and fighting every day. Like, they even run out of topics to argue and fight about, and then they'll go back and get something that may have happened like 2 years ago because they've run out of current topics. When they started to do that, when they started arguing about stuff that happened like years ago, is when I decided I can no longer deal with these people. I can't listen to you argue about something that happened 4 years ago. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I I stopped watching that type of stuff. So we're gonna go on and talk. I'm not really sure if the young lady that had the question yesterday about, was it what makes a good husband or what makes a good man? I think she was asking about what makes a good husband. What, how do you know, how do you know a man is husband material? I think that was the question. Does anybody remember? Do you remember what it was, Phoenix? Or when you don't, or when they don't agree with you, they will mute you. I want to say something about that too. If I'm on somebody's channel and I have a comment that is different than the the person, different than their point of view, but it's still respectful, and they block me or something, I start to look at the person like, obviously, you have some issues. Now, if someone comes to your channel and they're being totally disrespectful, calling you out your name, and, just picking with your flaws that they can see, then yeah, they don't need to be on your channel. But if they just kind of like, disagree with something that you said and they keep it respectful, to me, there's no reason to block the person. Because I was watching one young lady's channel, and she was like super disrespectful to her boyfriend. Like, really disrespectful to her boyfriend. And I just typed in the chat, like, why are you screaming at him like that? Or, why are you talking to him like that? And she got hot because it was like a live, and she really showed her butt in that live. Like, she was so mad. She was super ass mad. Do you hear me? And it wasn't even that serious, but I think she blocked me. And it wasn't even anything block worthy to me. But we all have our little trigger points, And if someone pushes on a trigger point that you don't like, then they will block you, you know. But I noticed that anytime someone disagrees with her, she will go off and she will, you know, block them. And then I look at a person like that and I'm like, okay, something is either wrong with your self-esteem or something is wrong with you mentally to take, you know, really small comments like that to, and you just go off. Phoenix said, how do you know you have a good, oh, how do you know you have a good man? You know, one thing about this whole good man uh, situation is a good man for you may not be a good man for me. We are all different. We all have different likes, different dislikes, different things that, you know, turn you on and stuff because we're visual people. So a man that I may look at as a good man may not be a man that you look at as a, you know, good man or potential husband or whatever. But there are some universal um things to look at when, especially when you are thinking about, you know, marrying a man, like how he treats his mother, how he treats his sisters, how, you know, is really going to determine how he treats you. Because if he disrespects his mom, he's going to disrespect you more than likely. If he doesn't know how to, you know, interact with the women in his family, he's not going to know how to interact with you. And one very serious thing I think that women ignore when they, you know, think about dating is how a man communicates. If he can't communicate, he can't hold a conversation with you, he can't tell you, you know, what's going on without getting upset or angry. His go-to in communication instead of being verbal is he jumps completely to anger, then that's not the right man. You have to figure out, sit down and figure out what it is in a man that you need. Some women need muscles and, you know, dreads and a certain color eyes, or you want him to be light skinned, you don't really like dark skinned men. You need to sit down and, you know, determine what it is you like in a man. Do you need a man that's going to bring you flowers every week? Do you need a man that's going to bring you candy? Do you need a man that's, you know, do you like jewelry? All of these things. You need to sit down and write out all of the things, your expectations of a man, what you want to see in a man, what is your ideal man, because your ideal man may not be mine. You know, does your man have to have a car? Or do you live in a city like, you know, New York, where the majority of people, you know, don't have cars per se? I know people have cars, but, you know, I don't think they drive as much in New York as they do here in California. Even though where we live in the Bay Area, the public transit system is very big, and a lot of people use it, especially to go from anywhere on this side of the bay to San Francisco, because, you know, the parking and stuff is very expensive in San Francisco. It's really hard to find depending on where you're going, and the traffic sucks. So most people want to, you know, take the bus or the BART or the ferry or whatever to get to the city. So do you want a man that has a car? Do you want a man that doesn't have any children? Especially, if you're in your late 20s or early 30s, it's going to be difficult finding a man probably that does not have any kids, because a lot of men have kids. So is that going to be a deal breaker for you? You need to sit down and write out all of the things that you want in a man, and then all of the things that you don't want in a man. Because you know a good man. You know what you want. Like, I don't require a man that has to bring me flowers all the I'm not really a flower person. Maybe once or twice a year I will get a notion to want some flowers, but I want anything other than roses, because me and roses, I've never been a fan of roses. I would rather my husband buy me like a stuffed animal or a squishmallow or something like that than to buy me flowers. I really would. But that's just who I am. I would prefer you to buy me some chocolate and a squishmallow or some crystals or a book or something like that. But the man needs to know that. He needs to know who you are, what your expectations are. That's why dating is important. It's important to date, to court, to get to know that person before you start to invest your feelings in your body and have sex, and then your emotions and everything gets tied up in a situation before you actually even know who that person is. It's very good to date, to talk on the phone. And if you with a guy and he don't want to talk, he doesn't, you know, he wants to skip the get to know you phase and get to know your body, then that's not the right person. Unless that's what you're looking for. If you're just looking for hookups and one night stands, then you do that. But if you're looking for something more tangible and more deep, then you have to go deep with the person. You have to not do all the physical stuff first. You know, like baseball, you can't just hit the ball and run to third base. You got to hit all the bases. And that's how it is in relationships, in getting to know someone. And this, goes for men and women. This is just, not for finding a good man, because I think it goes both ways. Finding a good woman, you still need to get to know that woman. You still need to know what type of woman it is that you're looking for. It goes both ways. And when you have these red flags, it's okay to throw him back. Kick him back out into play. It's just like when you go fishing. Certain fish you can't keep. If they, too small or whatever, throw them back. And I think that's where we mess up at. Like, we get with a guy, we get all these red flags that he ain't the one, and instead of kicking him back into play or throwing him back out into the ocean, we feel like we can fix him. You can't fix nobody, because most people don't want to be fixed. They don't see that it's anything wrong with them. So you can't fix something that they don't think they're broken. And men come with that whole macho mentality. They already feel like, they're the alpha, they're the big dog. So you can't fix him. You can't fix nobody's childhood trauma and anger issues, or, whatever it is that man has been through. You can't fix that. You're not a therapist. And you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't even want to do that. But some of us have that um, stray dog mentality. Like, oh, we see a little cat and we feed it, and the cat come back the next day, we feed it again, and then eventually, oh, that's my cat. And we do that with men. That ain't your cat. It's still a stray. And is that what you want? Because what if the cat is walking down the street and here's another nice lady and she puts out better food, or she gives the cat a cute little bed, and then the cat then went with somebody else, and you out here like, where's my cat? It wasn't your cat. That was never your cat. That was some stray cat that you tried to make your cat. That's how men are. They'll come over and eat. You call them again and tell them you got something to eat. Oh, they're going to come eat. But that ain't your man. He not. What they say? Oh, he for the streets. So you have to make sure that that's actually your man and not some stray that's just out here, collecting or eating wherever he can, or sleeping, because he don't really have nowhere to sleep. So he gonna do whatever he can to have a place to eat and lay his head. And then before you know it, you making his lunch, you feeding him, you fixing his dinner, you getting up in the morning, you fixing his breakfast, you going to work, and he laying up in your house, not doing nothing, and you don't know how to get rid of him. Well, you done brought a stray in your house. Now you can't. Now he ain't gonna leave because see, he don't have the opportunity to. He has no need to wander anymore because you brought him in. The stray, you keep them outside. You feed them if you choose to, and if you don't, you let them wander on off and go eat someplace else. Because I had a little stray cat. I didn't even feed the cat every day. The cat would come by, and if I felt like feeding the cat, I would. If I didn't, I wouldn't. If it was like hot or whatever, sometimes I would put some water out. But see, the cat didn't come every day looking for that food because the cat knew she ain't gonna feed me every day. She gonna put some water out. If it's like super hot, she'll give me some water. But there's no food there for me every day. So I gotta go to these other spots where is something available. Hey, Unc, Afro Root Witch. You don't want to ask the question, right? Aren't you the one that asked the question? Okay. Phoenix says she found it. How do you know if your man is husband material? Okay. Now, if you with a guy, y'all in a relationship, you should know if he is husband material or not within the first 6 months. If he is lazy, not communicating well, I'm going to tell you, being a husband is totally different than being someone's boyfriend. Okay? Because your husband is in a position where if something happens to you, he is going to make medical decisions for you. Your husband is basically your covering. You are basically trusting your existence to merge in with someone else's. And you know whether you want to trust someone like that or not. You know that your your mind is going to tell you. You're going to have such a deep connection with the person that is supposed to be your husband that you will feel it. If there are any red flags, that's your spirit telling you that ain't it. And you need to listen. If you can't sit down and talk to the person about who they are, what they've been through, what their finances are like, how they spend their money, and if you can't go over to their house and see how they live in, meet their family, if a man don't introduce you to his family within the first couple of months that y'all together, he's not serious about you. He's still trying to figure you out. And he's not going to even, let you meet his family because he know this ain't it. If he's bringing you around his family and, trying to really incorporate you into his life, you know. If he still has a brick wall up, you don't know where he works, you don't know what kind of car he drives, you don't know his real schedule, you ain't never met his family, you don't know where they live. Like, it's different, like if his family is out of town or something, if they live in a different area, you still should know where they live though. You should still know where his people from, where his mama and daddy at. And if you don't, I see a problem with that. Like, that's probably not what he wants. You leaving,
Okay.
child? All right.
Shit. Let me leave. I may stay.
Boy, go to work.
Yes.
You coming back?
I don't know. I got to train all day today.
Oh, okay. Um, Me and my husband have known each other since we were 17. Because we grew up in the same church, I've known his parents since we were young. My first husband was here in California and his parents were in Alabama. I talked to them on the phone before we got married. So, I had talked to his mom and all of that. If he's not showing signs that, he wants to incorporate you into his family, he wants to, really be a family with you, he's opening, really, really opening up about who he is as a person. If he's not doing those things, then more than likely he's probably not ready to get married. A man will let you know when he's ready to get married. And if he's not saying that he's ready to get married or he's thinking about getting married, then he not. That ain't on his radar. And you can't force someone to do something that they're not ready to do. If he's not ready to be a husband, then he ain't husband material. That's not what he's looking for. Oh, okay, someone else asked. Yeah. If you're trying to force him into a situation like, when we gonna get married? Why you ain't asked me to marry you? Because I don't want to get married. I'm not trying to get married. And you can't force someone to marry you if they're not ready. he's not husband material. And he may be somebody that you like, someone that you find attractive, but just because you like somebody and find them attractive, you can't force them to marry you, or you can't make them want to get married. And I think that's where, too, some women have a problem because they feel like they can make someone marry them, or I'm going to make him marry me. I don't even want to do all of that. I want the situation to be so natural that the person wants to ask me. Because I'm not ever going to ask a man to marry me. Not never in this lifetime or the next. Am I going to, I keep feeling the hair on my lip. Am I going to ask a man to marry me? And I know that I'm old fashioned. When it comes to marriage and all of that kind of stuff, I'm very traditional. I will never get on one knee and ask a man to marry me. I'm just not. Because to me, that just screams desperation. And that just screams he wasn't actually ready, and you're trying to force him to do something that he may not have wanted to do. And I know that, this young generation wants to get out of some of those traditional ways of doing things, but I ain't ready for that. Some things I really want the man to take the lead. Because, I still do believe that the man is, the head of the household. I give my husband that much respect to allow him to be the head of the household. We make decisions together as a couple. Like my husband's not going to go out and buy a Ferrari and then just pull up in the driveway and be like, oh, I just bought this car. Like, you want to tell me that you was going to go out and buy a Ferrari? No, I just did it. We don't do that. We don't do that kind of stuff. If it's a big purchase, if we're, purchasing something big, we let each other know. Hey, I need, like my husband wanted that 4K monitor for his birthday to play video games. That thing was, a little bit more expensive than I thought it was going to be. But we talked about it beforehand. He didn't just, go to Best Buy and buy this monitor and come home. No, stuff like that. We need to talk about it. But like if I order some stuff from Shein or order some crystals, I don't have to, tell him, hey, I'm about to order some. No, because that's like little cheap stuff. But big purchases, we talk about those things together because it's important, and it's, going to affect our bank account. And that's how people should be. That's how couples should be. Like, you shouldn't be sneaking behind each other's backs doing things. Like, we both have each other's passwords and stuff for our phones. I'm not talking to nobody else, and neither is my husband. I don't look in his phone. Like, I don't go looking for dirt. If I need his phone for something, if I want to, a email went to him or whatever that I need, I will go to his email and look. If he took some pictures, if we go somewhere and he took the pictures on his phone and I want to send them to my phone, I'll go to his gallery, get the pictures, and give him his phone back. He is the same way with me. If my phone is laying around, like, all phones basically lock, and you have to put the password in or whatever. So, my phone has facial recognition. My husband's has the thumbprint or fingerprint or something. But I have the code to unlock it. And he has the code to unlock mine because we trust each other. That's my husband. Like, what am I doing? I wouldn't do anything to, you know, like I wouldn't be doing nothing on my phone that he can't look at my phone. But I don't, when he come home from work, I don't be like, give me your phone, let me look at your phone. No, I don't have time for that. Plus, I'm not that type of woman. I'm not insecure and I don't get down like that. Like I never have. If you out here doing dirt, you just out here doing dirt. If I catch you, that's different, but I'm not going to go looking up stuff. Like, my husband at work, he will even tell me, like when he's training, he'll say, well, I'm training a lady driver today because when you're training, it's just you and the other person in the bus together, because my husband, trains the drivers. And he'll tell me, I'm training a lady today, or, I'm training a guy today. But I'm not like, oh, so you about to be in that bus for 7 hours with some female. I'm about to come up to your job. No, no, I'm not. I'm not doing all that. I ain't that girl. I never have been. And I'm definitely not gonna start doing that now. So if you have someone that you suspect, if the dude is like hiding his phone and, you know, as your fiance, you can't even get the code to his phone, he's still talking to females, he's still, oh, well, that's my best friend, and me and her been friends for, no, you're not. I don't feel like your fiance should even have someone, a woman outside of you. Y'all should be best friends. Me and my husband are best friends. If something happens to me, if something is going on with me, he is the first to know. That's my best friend. And if you with somebody and you don't consider that person your best friend, they don't consider you their best friend, more than likely, y'all not gonna make it. Because if he's in a relationship with you and he's leaning on another woman to support him when things are going on, you're not the woman for him. The best friend probably is. I don't play that best friend stuff. Right. Right, Phoenix. Oh, hey, Tina. Phoenix says that's why it's important to marry a man that is trustworthy. It's easy to submit when you trust him. Hey, Yvonne. You can only submit to a man that you trust. If you don't trust him, you can't submit to him. You cannot openly submit to someone that you don't trust. If you feel like, he out here at the casino messing up the rent money and stuff, you hiding money. No. And all of this starts when you guys get in a relationship and you're in that learning phase of the relationship. That's when it starts. That's when you start to pick up who the person is, how they act, how does he spend his money, where does he work, how does he get along with his coworkers. Is he coming home from work every day cussing and fussing? God just cussed out, blah, blah, blah. All of those things matter. Because, see, if he cussing them out, eventually he going to cuss you out. You don't want that. I've never been attracted to uh slightly bad boys. Like boys with just a slight edge. Not jailhouse edge though. Not prison edge. I've never been attracted to men that are going in and out of jail, men that, sell drugs, all that kind of stuff. Because that always ends bad. You going in and out of jail, it's really hard for, men to change their mentality after they have spent the majority of their 20s going in and out of jail. It's hard because when they get out, it's hard for them to find a job. You know what I mean? And the majority of them have not had, any type of formal education. Like, the majority of them probably dropped out of school in high school, were in and out of jail. And then when they get in their 30s and want to make a change, that's when they realize that it's with felonies on their record and stuff. It's really hard to work places. Like even some fast food places don't want you with a felony. It's hard for someone with a felony to get a decent job. And nowadays everything is expensive. A studio, we got studios here in California that are $2,000. Okay? A studio, 1,900, 1,800. Where's he going to get that kind of money from? With no education, no degree, no work history, no work experience. And like Phoenix said, yeah, especially if they went to jail as a teenager. So you don't have any, prior work experience. And I've seen it firsthand because I have worked with people who have gotten out of jail and had to go to like a transitional, go through the transitional housing. These men are receiving governmental assistance, and even with them receiving government assistance, they still out here trying to hook up with a woman who, of course, is doing better than them. They still be out here trying to, hook up with somebody that's doing better than them so that they can leech off of them. No, ladies, we just have to stop doing that. Even if it means that we have to be single. Like I was single for a long time because I wasn't gonna be out here just taking an old piece of man. I didn't want a piece of man. Now, I'm not expecting you to be perfect. My husband is, he ain't perfect. He perfect for me, but he ain't perfect. Ain't no one's perfect. So if you looking for perfection, then you got to go within and first figure out, what's wrong with you. Because ain't nobody perfect. Because normally when people are looking for perfection in another person, they feel like they're perfect. That's why they feel like the other person should be perfect because they feel like they're perfect. If I'm a 10, I need you to be a 10 too. But 9 times out of 10, that person is not even a 10. You know, they have flaws also. But it's hard for you to see um, your own flaws. And even in the dating process, you have to be, conscious and willing to talk about your own flaws. Yeah, even robots. Yeah, robots are definitely not perfect because They're made by humans, and they're going to fail also. Machines fail all the time, so they're definitely not perfect because they're made by us. So you have to be willing to, sit down and evaluate who you are as a person. What do you bring to the table? Because you can't expect for the man to bring everything, and the only thing you bring in is cootie cat. Because it's too many people out here with one. All the women got them. And if and the women that don't have them, they going out getting them made. So they gonna have one too. So that don't set you apart from any other woman because all women got them. What do you bring to the table? Are you expecting for that man to bring something that you don't even bring? So that I think, churches I've been at preached a perverse version of some submission, like blind submission without evidence. Oh, yeah, but that's, you know, that's because of the time that the Bible was written in. That was how women, you know, were treated back then. Because women didn't, of course, have the rights and stuff during biblical times that we have now. So, of course, the woman was supposed to submit to her husband. And it may have been somebody that she didn't even pick. You know what I mean? It may have been someone that the family picked for her. She didn't have a choice as to who her husband was going to be. So, of course, that submission is totally different than the submission that we have here. And in some other countries, they're still doing some of that stuff. Like the woman is given to a family at a very young age. Like she don't even want him. And of course, she has to submit to him because that's the way they live. Right. Like they gave the family a couple of goats, a dowry, so much money, a cow, a sheep, and then you get my young daughter. Mm-mm. I'm glad it ain't that. Because I would hate for my family to just give me away for a goat that you are probably eventually going to kill and eat anyway. And I ain't want to be with him. I don't even like him. But you can't even say anything. You just have to submit to him and the family, which really sucks. So there are a lot of things that go into having that quote unquote good man or good husband, and a lot of it stems from what you're looking for in a man because we all look for different things. Some of us like black, some of us like white, some of us like Asian, some of us like Hispanic. We all like different things. You may want, dreads may be important to you, um, good hair. I want a husband that's light skinned so I can have little light skinned babies. Or I want a husband with green eyes. Okay, Kay. I want a husband. You have to figure out what's important to you. I don't like aggressive men. I like quiet men. I really don't like men that are like overly into sports and stuff. And my husband only watches football. That's football season, he's in. But baseball, basketball, is that the only season? Hockey, I guess. He's not into anything but football season. So he will um, watch the football games. And that's about it. I'm not, I don't want, I never wanted a husband that was into, just heavily into sports and wanted the fellas to come over for beers and all that kind of, I don't like that. I don't want all that. Now, I don't mind the family coming over, and we doing things, but your buddies coming over, y'all drinking beers and screaming and hollering in the living room. I never wanted that. And I don't have it. But you don't know that until, you start dating and figure out who the person is that you're with. Like, is he into that? Is he a person that like to go to, and I don't like going out. I did all of that stuff in my 20s. So, of course, I don't want to repeat that in my 40s and 50s. I went out enough in my 20s and 30s to last me the rest of my natural life. So, of course, I don't want to do that no more. My husband is not a go out type person. He is a true homebody. So, is that going to mesh for you? Are you going to be able to marry somebody that just like to stay at home and, kick their feet up when they off work and just play video games and mind their own business? Or are you some clingy, I gotta sit by me, I'm gonna come and sit? See, I'm not like that. You can be in one room, I don't care, as long as I know you here. I'm not gonna be all up in your face, and I don't want you all up in mine. I like to do my crafts and crochet, maybe sit out in the backyard and tend to my own business. And then, we come together, we may watch some Netflix or something and, kick it, but I don't need you. I'm in the kitchen, here you come. I don't need all that. Get out of here. I'm cooking. I don't need that. There's someone else may need that, you know, but it ain't me. But you have to figure out, do you need that? Do you need somebody, around you all the time? Like, are you clingy or are you just, I know we in the same house. I know you ain't snuck out. I see the car in the driveway. I know you still here. So I'm good. It's if I like wake up, and I've told my husband this. Like, if you have an appointment in the morning or something, I need you to tell me, remind me, hey, when you get up in the morning, when you wake up, I may be gone because I have a dentist appointment. Because, like, the day after my birthday, I think so, he had a dentist appointment and I forgot. And I woke up and he wasn't here. And I looked outside and the car was gone. And I was like, where is he? Where did he go? Because I didn't even hear him leave. Because when he has an appointment, he'll like take his clothes in the other room. And he'll get dressed and stuff in there. So, he doesn't bother me because I'm a real light sleeper. And I didn't hear him leave. And when I got up and, looked outside and his car wasn't in the driveway, I was like, where did he go? And I was like, oh, yeah, he went to the dentist. Now, that kind of stuff, I really need you to let me know. Because I don't like to just wake up and I don't know where you are. Like, that kind of stuff, I do want to know, like where you are. And that's not being controlling. That's just me being concerned. And another thing is, like, he doesn't work too far from the house. When he gets off work, every night he will call me and say, "Hey, I'm on my way." He'll text and say, "On my way." And, I'm like, okay, if he don't get here within 10 or 15 minutes, I give him a couple of minutes, but if he's not here, I'm going to get on the phone and be like, "Hey, where you at?" Or "Why is it, taking you so long to get home?" And usually he'll just be like, "Oh, I stopped to get some gas," or "I was just about to call you. I'm at 7-Eleven or Jack in the Box or whatever. Do you want something?" And that's not being controlling. That's just me caring, you know, about him, knowing that we have a regular routine. And when he veers off of, that routine, then I get concerned. So, you have to um, know your person, you know what you're looking for. Okay, sweetie, see you later. um know what you're looking for, know what you want in a mate or a husband or a boyfriend, and y'all work that out. We still learning things about each other, and we've been married almost 10 years. I don't know, child. Let me see. No, that can't be right. 8 years? We only been married 8 years? 9 years. Let me do it again. 8 years, I guess. Okay. I don't know why I'm rushing it. Um, and we're still learning. We are still learning about, learning things about each other. I'm still learning how to be a wife. I'm pretty sure he's still learning how to be a husband because neither one of us have been married. We both got divorced in the 90s. I got divorced in 91. I think he got divorced in 93 from his first wife. And we have not been married since then. And we got married in 2013. So we're still learning. And you're going to be learning about the person that, you are interested in. And if you're not learning, then something is going on in that situation because you should be. You should be really getting to know that person. That person should be pouring into your spirit. You should be pouring into theirs constantly, like every day, like layers should be coming off, and you should be understanding that person more and more. A friend of mine posted this on Facebook, and she said that she was talking to this guy. I guess they had met on a dating website. So she had told him that she was going to some concert. And he was saying, "Oh, well, hey, I may, be there also." So she gets to the concert, and the dude texts her and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she said, "I'm at so-and-so concert." And he said, "Oh, well, I'm there also." And she was like, "Oh, okay, well, we should meet," because they had never met before. They had just been talking on the phone. So she said, "Well, we should we should meet." And he said, "Okay." And they met, and they were talking, hey, just a little small talk or whatever. And he was like, "Where you sit, where you guys sitting?" And she said she showed him where they were sitting, and he and they went, back to their seats, and she was like, "Okay, well, I'll call you later on." And she said he said that he was there with his boys with, some of his fellas or whatever. Because she asked him, oh, who are you here with? And he was like, oh, I'm here with my boys. I'm here with some of the fellas or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay. So she said they, exchanged pleasantries and went back to their seat. She said when they went back to their seat, she just happened to look down 4 or 5 rows and see him hugged up with a woman. And she said she asked her friend, is that him right there? And her friend was like, girl, yeah, that's him. And so she said she texted him, I thought you said you was here with your buddies. And he was like, oh, well, that's just one of my old friends. We've been friends since elementary school. And she said they were like hugged up and, dancing and everything. And she was like, oh, okay, well, don't call me no more, because if you're going to lie over something that simple, because you could have just said, oh, I'm here with a friend, you know, instead of saying, oh, I'm here with my buddies. But see, that's just how some people get down. And when you see that a person will lie, like that over something so simple and childish, then you know that they're not ready. He's just out here playing games. That was probably his girlfriend. And the girlfriend didn't know what was going on. He probably said, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then he goes out there to meet up with another woman. Thank you, Phoenix, for getting rid of that idiot. I kind of saw that, but, I was like ignoring him. Thank you for getting him out. Because some people just, I don't know, child. Just ignorant. So you just, eventually people, and it don't really take long either for people to normally show you who they are. Girl, I saw something stupid, and I wasn't even gonna let him um, break my chain of thought with something that I probably didn't even see the whole message, but I wasn't about to let him break my chain of thought over something ignorant. Somebody that just wants some attention. Somebody that just wants some attention. I really do feel sorry for some people that, you want attention so bad that you just jump on somebody's random live just to say something crazy. Like you don't have anything going on in your life. I mean, I get bored. Like I get super bored sometimes. But I'm not going to jump on some random person's live just to say something crazy because I'm bored. I'm just not going to do that. Y'all, before I go, did we talk about that crate challenge yesterday? So now, I guess a lady fell and broke her leg. Um, these people are really hurting themselves during this crate challenge. Like, seriously, like I saw one young lady who, did she make it up to the top? I think she made it to the top and fell. And fell on her neck. She fell like on her, she fell, I think her body, no, her head must have hit first. And I think the only thing that saved her is I think she fell on grass. She fell and her head hit and her neck just kind of, snapped. The only thing I think that saved her was the fact that she fell on grass. If she had fell like that, probably on concrete, she would have been hurt. I cannot believe how. And these are adults. These 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 are not like 10-year-olds. These are grown adults climbing up these milk crates. And I heard Amazon is selling milk crates, and Amazon like, oh yeah, we gonna get on this. Other people are selling milk crates. Somebody showed Walmart. They like at the front door at Walmart, so you can get them. Because I'm like, where are they getting these crates from? Because I never see, the only store, I've only seen them at one store in my area. One. And they have them like in this little cubby thing, like they store them out back. But all of the stores out here where we live, you don't see them. Yeah, I don't see them. It's nothing, because the grocery store, that brand new Safeway by us, you can drive around back because there's some parking in the back too. It's none out there. They don't keep nothing outside. They have neon colored ones. Those you probably have to buy from like the stores and stuff. I haven't seen any neon colored ones. All I've seen that people are doing those challenges is the blue ones and the black ones. I know that the ERs have to be full because these people are falling, like falling hard, falling and hitting the crates and stuff before they actually hit the ground. I saw this one Mexican dude. He got up there and the whole thing was shaking. I mean, the whole thing was just shaking, and he just went bow. And he hit the ground. He hit the ground so hard that he looked shocked. You didn't think that was going to hurt, Pedro? What you thought? That ground not going to give at all. And the crazy thing was, it looked like they had put like some little car mats down on the ground to try to like break his fall or whatever. And I don't think he landed on any of those. He hit that ground so hard that it shocked him. He was just looking like, did I hit the ground? Yes, you did. Hard. Oh, Walmart have pink ones? Yeah, I haven't seen those. I haven't seen, but see, I'm not looking for milk crates though. I'm not looking for no crates. I used to have a few on my porch because I had like plants on them, sitting on top of them, because I had to elevate my plants at one point because the ants, not that ants can't crawl up the milk crate, but the ants were like going in my plants and stuff. And it seemed like when I elevated them and put some peppermint oil out, the ants were like, oh, okay, she doing too much. And they left. But I don't get it. I don't understand how people see other people fall and hurt themselves and still are like, yes, I'm going to do that. I want to try it because I can do it. They weren't successful. They hurt themselves. They broke their arm or whatever. But I still want to try it. You got to be crazy. You have literally got to be crazy. Black Queen said, I saw one bust her head open on. No. See, I haven't seen any where the injuries have been, severe, or you really think that, okay, they got really hurt. Someone said it is one of a lady breaking her leg. You can tell her leg was broken in the video. I didn't see that one. I haven't seen any gross ones yet. But the ones that I have seen where people are falling, and like I saw this one where the heavy set black girl fell and her back hit the crate on the way. Yeah. Oh, I felt that in my whole spirit. Like I felt her back just. And people don't understand that those type of falls and injuries, you can have like hairline fractures that will mess you up later in life. And the majority of them don't have no health insurance, so they not going to probably a lot of them ain't going to the ER, and if they are, they just gonna go to a county hospital. And a lot of them probably don't want to go to the ER because they don't want to sit around or whatever because they know it's going to be busy. I'm not trying to do nothing right now that's going to cause me to have to go to the doctor. When I woke up this morning, I was sniffling and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just allergies. But still, I don't want anything to, yeah. Because people in the ER, they in there because they sick. People don't just come to the ER because they ain't got nothing else to do. And here come your dumb butt coming to the ER because you've done something stupid. And now you got to sit there for a couple of hours, waiting to be seen by a doctor because you're a dummy. Y'all know what I have lately? I have been addicted to watching um Adrian Slays. That is B Love's older sister. I think she older than B Love. And I went back and watched. People will tell you who they are on YouTube. They will normally go back and, like, if you haven't watched a lot of their videos, like if they got like 2 years worth of videos and you just started watching them, if you go back and watch some of their older videos, you would get a pretty good picture of who they are. And child, let me tell you, I've been watching this Adrian, and she is truly a character. I always watch people that are like basically complete opposites of who I am. I don't watch people like me because I don't find them interesting. They're not interested in me. So I've been watching her, some of her older video, because I can't really get into Be Loved because I don't like to watch people eat like that, like mukbang channels. If their conversation is not really interesting, now if they're just, mukbanging, regular mukbanging, and just, eating the food and talking, I'm okay. But if they slurping and making a whole bunch of food noises, and I can hear you smacking and, juice and stuff, I can't do it. I just can't. I just want it to be a mukbang where you're just eating and maybe talking about like what's going on in your life or whatever. But I don't want to hear, like, I don't want you to have a mic on your shirt and then another external mic where I can hear you swallowing and chewing and all of that. And I know some people that, is what attracts them to mukbang channels, but that's not what attracts me to mukbang channels. And I usually kind of steer away from the whole chewing, slurping, um, food related stuff. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to do some card readings because I haven't done any in a while. And I do want to get back into doing some of those. So maybe tomorrow we will talk about spirit animals and do some readings from the spirit animal deck. Because I haven't used that deck in a while. Since the person that asked the question didn't even come to the live today, but maybe they busy. I ain't gonna get mad. But that's probably what we're going to do tomorrow. And then, well, maybe the first part of the live we'll do some Orisha talk since I did uh, talk about Oya a little bit yesterday. Maybe we'll talk about her a little bit more, and then we'll do the uh, spirit animal readings because let me look on here. No, we didn't find the house yet. Not yet, sweetie. Um, we're still looking. The house that we uh, did find that we put our offer on, our offer was accepted, but the house had some issues, and we ended up changing our mind. Womp womp. So um, we ended up pulling the offer, which really hurt me, but we had to. We pulled the offer, so we are basically to back where we were, still looking. So we haven't found a place yet. But I am going to be looking for furniture and, that kind of stuff and really trying to figure out like what my color scheme is going to be, like what my, you know, decorating style is going to be because I'm, really laid back and it's really going to depend on if we find a place that has a living room and a family room. Because if we do, of course, the living room will be a little bit more classy, but not super classy because I don't want my living room to feel like no one can sit in there. I want it to just be classy enough to look nice, but not be too classy that people feel uncomfortable. And of course, the family room will, be a little lighter. So it just kind of depends. Like I'm really trying to figure out like what my color scheme is going to be this time because our last place, the living room, the color scheme was like blue. The couches were blue, and so I had like pops of color and stuff in the living room. So I don't want it. I don't want another um, blue couch. I think I want like either brown or gray. So I'm trying to figure that out. I do want a recliner and stuff in there, maybe in the family room. So, I am going to be looking around trying to figure out, what style couch we want. Do we want a sectional or do we want a couch and love seat? That's kind of like what I'm doing. So the poll, I'm not sure if, okay, so 64 people voted in this poll. So it was 45% Arisha, 20% me and my husband. That's videos with the two of us in there. 19% live chat. Live chat was winning over me and my husband for a minute. I was kind of mad at y'all for that. And then 16% tarot readings. So that's what we got so far with 64 votes. So we are going to definitely incorporate that information into um oh yeah, yeah, the furniture shopping. I'm just really trying to figure out, what kind of style I like and stuff. So I'm definitely going to take you guys' advice. I do want to put more videos on that other channel because I, want to try to get that channel monetized and have this channel and put up more content because hey, we're trying to furnish a house and eventually get another car and all of those kind of things, and that stuff takes money. I ain't one of these rich YouTubers out here who can pay $35,000 for 6 months to rent a house while my $4 million home is being renovated. I wish I could, though. God knows I wish I could. Honey, I saw they did a not documentary, but somebody did a video about Emma Chamberlain. And if you don't know who she is a young, she 20. I think she started doing videos when she was 16. From here in the Bay Area, from the South Bay, San Jose, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away from where I live, who is a multimillionaire now just from YouTube, who just bought her second home. Her first house, I think, was $2 million in LA. And I think this house is the house that she's purchasing now is 4 million, and she's renting a house in the LA Hills for $35,000 a month, I think they said, while the new house is being renovated. So not only does she have her YouTube channel, she has like 12 million subscribers or something, just a huge following. She also has a coffee company. Um, she makes, she has her own coffee line. Not only does she sell the coffee, tea, mugs, mason jars, and now I think she's added chocolate to. This girl is one of the few YouTubers, young, that I've seen that is, really doing it right. Now, I ain't got any more money. If I did, I wouldn't be running, trying to really run these two channels and, make them make a little bit of money, child. So, yeah, y'all support my other channel too. We are going to be putting some more content on there, and I really am going to learn how to edit this year. I don't have no excuse now. I have this computer, so I'm just, gonna have to learn how to do iMovie on my MacBook. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be working on, is how to edit and do all the little cutesy stuff. Because there's some people out here making some real money on YouTube, and I want some of it. Yes! Hold on a minute. Hold on, y'all. Stop. Come back here.
Y'all Negroes say when we
Come back
go.
here.
Oh, okay. We can just go take her to Reno. She got a program to see the banker
Come back.
and see an attorney tomorrow. So we'll be back Thursday night.
Oh,
We'll be back
okay.
tomorrow night. We're just going to take up there for those appointments tomorrow. As soon as they are over, we come back.
Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all leave now?
Yeah, we'll be late. But I go there now, so we'll be too long just in case. If we have to stay overnight and get finished by. Yeah, of course, girl. We'll be back. Because
Okay.
we're going to Miles Game tomorrow.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Go on, grab what your bag said.
I'm on the thing now. Okay, I see. Y'all got. Call me when you get there.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Okay, my mother-in-law getting ready to leave. They getting ready to leave. So, yeah. Make sure you guys are supporting both of the channels because I'm really excited about my husband, wanting to come and share some of the, books and stuff that he is reading. He rereads way more than I do. So, so Tina, you do iMovie too? Is that how you do some of the effects and stuff that you use on your channel? Is it through iMovie? Because I need you to help me. Oh, okay. So at least I have somebody I can call and be like, girl, how you do so and so and so and so. Okay, good. Well, I'm gonna be picking your brain because like I use it on the phone. Gizmo, hush. I use it on my phone, but I still don't really know how to use it that good on there. So, um, I do want to start adding more music and stuff too. If you don't hush, I'm not gonna give you your chicken. Um, you're not gonna get your chicken if you eat all that dog food. Um, I do want to learn how to add music and stuff to make the videos cute. Okay, so we've been on here 83 minutes, y'all. We gotta go. Um, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. I guess we're going to keep this time. This is a good time for me. So if you don't get a notification, just come and check and see if I'm here. I'm going to really try to keep this time slot because this is the best time for me. I love you guys. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much to my moderators. Thank you, Phoenix and Tina. Who is my members that's here? Thank you, Black Queen, for being a member. Black Queen, did I get your information? Is she still here? Did I get your information for the members so you can get your member packet? Because I do have packets that I send out to my members and my moderators. And if you haven't gotten it yet, just keep waiting because I haven't made it to the post office yet. If I promised you one and you haven't gotten it yet, don't be like, she ain't gonna send it yet. You just gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be in your mailbox. Okay? So I will see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys. Make sure you're subscribed to the other channel and watch some of those videos so I can make it up to how many views is 1,000 watch hours, I think. So go over there and watch. It's only a couple of videos over there so far, but make sure you up to date on those and make sure you're up to date on all of the videos on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed and set your notifications and all that stuff that other people be saying on their channels. Okay? Love you too, Tina. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!